All right, welcome to our latest Swampcast. It's Florida-Tennessee week, of course, and we've got a pretty good weekend planned, Robbie.
Oh, yeah. Starting with...
Hopefully the game won't get in the way. But
yeah. Sister Hazel
Friday night, and then the game Saturday. And unfortunately, we won't get to watch a lot of football, but we'll be at the game that I think a lot of people are going to have their eyes on. I get the impression that the national media is kind of hoping for a Tennessee win.
Yeah.
Just so they can have some controversy and something to talk about.
Yeah, never have you seen so much interest in a game where there's one team is a 4-touchdown favorite.
Yeah,
just because of everything Lane Kiffin said in the offseason. So.
Yeah, and Gator fans need to get over it. Look, he's just a kid. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Just let him be. I mean, even this week, Robbie, and I put this in my column, he insulted Urban Meyer by saying the receivers don't want to go to Florida. Yeah. He was trying to be complimentary, but he said Florida receivers don't. And this was a day after two Florida receivers on consecutive days, rookie receivers, had scored touchdowns in the NFL.
Yeah.
So,
and Florida has more receivers in the NFL than
I think it's 6-1 or something. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he says things that don't sound bad to him, but when you look at him, it sounds bad. Like he's ripping Meyer, ripping the spread offense.
Yeah, and that's what.
And to Meyer, that's negative recruiting. You mess with Meyer in recruiting, you're getting personal with him, and.
Well, and the other guy that you just don't mess with is Geno Hayes found out, and Ricky Jean Francois found out, and several others have found out. You don't mess with Tebow.
No, you pop off about him and look out.
And you did a story on that. Tebow said he's got Urban's back, and he's going to come out. I think you're going to see Tebow at his toughest and meanest, and like he's been for many of the big games.
Oh yeah, and after the Troy game, Pat, the company line was no comment. You couldn't get roped into the talk about Kiffin, whatever.
Right.
Then Sunday night after practice, you ask, what's his name?
James Wilson.
James Wilson about it, a true sophomore, redshirt sophomore offensive lineman. He went off saying, it's the talk of the locker room. So that brought it all back up again, which brought other people talking to Tebow about it. So it became a big issue again, even though Florida kind of wanted to let it lay there. And
I'd like to let it lay there.
Yeah, I would too. I'm tired of writing about it and talking about it.
I've been on like 85 radio shows, and every one of them says, you think Urban's going to run up the score? And I keep saying, he's going to try to win the game.
Yeah, you can't plan to run up the score. I mean, unless you're really playing somebody really, really bad.
Unless remember that 1 year Spurrier told us, he goes, we're going up to Vanderbilt. Said if they boo when we're throwing, late in the game, we're way up. We're going to keep chunking in the end zone. And guess what? 28-21.
They weren't way up, and that was the best team in Florida history.
Exactly.
Or one of the best.
One of the best, yeah, absolutely.
96. So.
But, you just got to go out there, you play the game, and if at the end maybe there's an opportunity to say, hey, Georgia, in this last year, Georgia, you're not going home yet. We're gonna make you wait a while. That's fine.
Yeah.
If you want to do something. I think anything he does would be subtle anyway. But that's not this. To me, that's become the story of the game.
What are they going to do? Yeah,
nobody's analyzed this game. I've never been part of a Florida-Tennessee game before where nobody sits there and goes, well, they're wide receivers and they're defensive. None of that's happening.
No. But I can analyze it in a nutshell. Tennessee's got a potentially really good defense coordinated by a living legend, Monty Kiffin.
And they shut down UCLA last week.
And he's had months to prepare for this. This is a game Tennessee's pointed to since December when he took the job, Lane Kiffin. So.
Yeah, I'm with you, Robbie, on that because I think they've got to be careful there. This defense is pretty good. Eric Berry's a great player. I think one of the 3 or 4 best players in the country. And Kiffin, like you said, he's been watching film all summer of Florida's offense. The other thing, though, the other breakdown I would give you is that Tennessee's quarterback play is a little bit lacking.
It's very shaky.
Yeah, Jonathan Crompton has not been well. He didn't do well last year. You saw him, of course, in the game up there, and everybody thought he was going to be great because of the Western Kentucky game. But last week, not very good.
No. He's got trouble with interceptions. His teammates don't seem to appreciate his bad and spotty play, and there was some finger pointing last week. So that's not good. It's no secret that Florida's going to try to stop the run, force this guy to throw. If that happens, then the Joker package comes into play. They get after him, and bad plays happen, and maybe 4 touchdowns is the right line in this game.
And again, special teams Florida's got the advantage, but certainly when you look at Florida, if they can do that, stop the run, because that's what they do in every game. They try to stop the run. But if they can do that and then make them throw, that's not good for Tennessee.
No, not at all. Florida knows that. Florida knows that's what Tennessee's going to do, try to run the ball, control it. If they can't, that puts Crompton in a position where they have to win the game with him. It won't happen that way.
All right, real quickly, Georgia, Arkansas, who's going to win that game?
I'm going with Georgia on that one.
Boy,
expectations are too high at Arkansas. Right?
I had him picked. I had the backs picked, but I got talked out of it by several people. So I'm going with Georgia, but it's a Arkansas,
shaky pick.
I'll do one of those things. If Arkansas wins, I was right.
Okay.
Does that work? It won't work on my picks. All right, and FSU BYU, another big game.
I'm going with the athlete. FSU is not very good right now, but they have more athletes, more speed. It's been a problem for BYU in the past, so it'll be a problem Saturday.
I don't know. I think BYU's better than Jacksonville State, and Jacksonville State almost beat FSU. Well, we'll see. It'll be an interesting game to watch as well. We'll be back with you after the game.
One more thing, Pat.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to tell you about a disturbing thing I saw today.
Okay.
That would definitely disturb Urban Meyer. Riding down 34th Street.
Yeah.
On a scooter, no helmet, on a cell phone, Brandon Spikes.
Oh.
So now you've got Tebow riding around without a helmet.
In the rain with
Spikes,
ice packs on his shoulder.
Spikes without a helmet on a busy road, talking on his cell phone.
Well, if he doesn't play, we'll know what happened.
Yeah. But I just thought, you never know. Well, you live in a fragile existence.
Yeah, these guys have got to get over that. They need to. It's one thing to be riding the scooters without your.
Yeah.
And I only go like 8 miles an hour.
Which two players would you not want riding around town without helmets on? All of them, but two in particular.
Two, yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that. But we'll see if we can get Urban's attention on that. He's going to be the eye black police. What was he this week? He was going to be some other police, and he'll have to be the scooter police.
The scooter helmet police.
Yeah, we'll get on him about that.
Get on it right now.
We'll be back with you after the game to tell you exactly what happened and talk about it as well, live from the Swamp, or not live, but recorded from the Swamp. Until then, Pat Dooley, Robbie, Andreu from the Gainesville Sun saying so long from the Sunshine State.